Morning, everyone. Can you guys hear me all right? Morning, everyone. Just doing a quick audio test. Can you guys hear me all right? Test, test. All right. What's up, everyone? Back here. We are live and we are streaming. Audio's good? Audio should be good. Just let me know. Sweet. All right, guys, we'll get started here in just a few minutes. Hope everyone's doing well today. Morning, good morning. So, quick question. Hey, Alex, do you add or remove liquidity for your executions? So, it's actually really funny because BOW only adds liquidity, meaning buy or sell on the bid or the ask. And for me, I'm like, dude, if I want in the position, I get in the position. So, I mostly take liquidity versus BOW adds liquidity. Good morning, good morning. What's up, Len? So we'll get started here in a few minutes. Hope everyone's doing well today. We are now streaming on pretty much every platform out there. So that's pretty fun, pretty exciting, something new. So we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok. So a lot more streams. Just verifying everyone could see me and hear me all right. So testing, testing. Audio's good, everything's good. All right, great. So we'll get started here in a few minutes, guys. We'll get started here in a few minutes. Oh, man. So if you're just joining us, we stream live every single day. Morning, good morning. We'll get started here in a few minutes.
Hey, good
What's up, Steve?
morning.
Good morning,
You hear me
man.
okay? Perfect.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to review today. We'll get into it. Usually we'll start around 9:05, so give it a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. Thanks. Morning, everyone. Morning, good morning. Yeah, we'll get started here. All right, let's do it. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to live trading. If this is your first time on live trading, welcome. We are using the webinars channel in Slack to communicate. So the way that we structure live trading is pretty simple. We talk about what's working in the market, what's not. We build the watch list live and we trade the watch list live. So as you guys know, it's kind of where I'm at for the month so far. Let me kind of pull it up here. Give me a second. So this is kind of where I'm at for the month so far. You know, up 72 grand for the month, which is pretty good considering last month was pretty damn slow for me, 37,000, and the month after that was 52,000. So basically, all of what I made in June and all of what I made in July, I already made in August. And the reason why is you have to remember that trading is based on the opportunities in front of you. You know, every day I would love to show up and I would love to make a ton of money, but the opportunities may just not be there. Like if you look at yesterday, I only made 117 bucks, man. That sucks. That sucks. But making 117 bucks was the best thing that I could have done because yesterday we had a crazy play. Yesterday's crazy play was PLAG. So if you look at this PLAG, man, I'm really like, what the hell? You know, moves like this are really, really crazy. Moves like this are really, really sketchy. And you have to be very, very careful, you know, when these things are happening. So for me, when I saw this PLAG, you know, running like crazy or doing whatever the hell it was doing, it kind of freaked me out, man. It kind of freaked me out. So what you have to remember, guys, is not every single, you know, stock has to be traded. Not every single play is a good play. There were so many people that got their butt handed to them on this thing yesterday, right? Because the reality is that this thing really had no edge. Right now, this market cycle is strictly about stock selection. You have to understand what stocks are getting the attention and what stocks are not. So what I've realized is in this current market cycle, right? In this current market cycle, if a stock is a Chinese name, most likely it's going to be an ignore. If a stock has a nano float, meaning a float of less than 1 million shares, that's probably going to be an ignore. So what you have to remember is just because a stock is moving and just because a stock is up does not mean that there is an opportunity to trade that. So for me, coming into today and coming into every day, it's the same damn process. I want to make sure that I ignore the stocks that are trapping and focus on the forgotten names. As you can see, I made more in 1 week of trading in August than I made in the last 2 months. And that's because the opportunities have been a lot better. So coming into today, I mean, seeing a move like Plag basically tells me this: the manipulators, the pumpers, the whatever the hell it may be, right? Because this is not a natural move. You know, going from 1 to 6 to 1 is not a natural move by any means. So what you have to remember, what you have to understand here, guys, is that for me, this is a recognition, realization that first the pumpers are blowing up the shorts and then they're blowing up the longs. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my thought process coming into today. That's kind of my, overall mentality coming into today is I have to understand that today, just like every single other day, is meant to take it slow, right? If I see a stock that's Chinese, if I see a stock that's low float, if I see a stock that's whatever the hell it is, I have to be unbelievably careful because the reality is that, right now, at this very moment, at this very second, you are not getting rewarded for just trading the stock that's up the most on the day. You know what I'm saying? So understand that if things are slow, don't deviate from your process. If things are sketchy, it's okay to take it slow. So that's kind of my overall thought process. So 1 sec. So if a stock is Chinese, stay away. If a stock is a nano float, stay away. And if there's no setups, stay away. Coming into this morning, we could see that we have 2 stocks moving. OFAL, that's traded 100 million shares pre-market, and RMCF, that's traded 100 million shares pre-market. So something to kind of keep in mind, a really good analogy to kind of remember is abnormal volume equals abnormal price action. So if you start to see abnormal volume on these stocks, that is going to be abnormal price action, okay? So understanding that concept, not only are these stocks have abnormal volume pre-market, they both have SSR on. So both of these stocks are not only mega high volume, but the SSR is on. And as you guys know, SSR for a short bias trader is usually like a red flag. You know what I'm saying? So coming into this morning, seeing that the 2 main plays that are moving, both have SSR on, both are high volume, tells me, man, this looks way too sketchy. So I came into this morning the same way that I do every morning. I want to see where the action is, what the attention is, and take it from there. After seeing, what was that stock again? Plag. After seeing Plag, the reality is, guys, it sounds crazy, but stocks are running 1,000% every day. They're not running 1,000% every month. They're running 1,000% every single day. How the hell hell is that even possible, right? So you have to be able to adjust to this new market, right? You can't be stubborn in this market. You can't fight in this market, long or short. If you're a long bias trader and you buy this thing, and every time it dips down, you add more, and then you sell, then you add more, then you sell, then you add more, and then you sell. From 6 to 1, it went destroyed. It got destroyed. So first they blow up the shorts, and then they blow up the longs. So you cannot be biased to either direction. All you have to understand is every day we're getting 1,000% runner. That's opportunity for both the long and short bias traders. Every day we're getting a Chinese low float stock to move. And for me, I lose money on Chinese low float stocks, so I don't trade them, you know? So that's what I want you guys to understand is showing up to the market today and seeing what's moving in the market today. I always tell you guys to ask yourself the question, is today a day to size up or is today a day to chill out? Most of the time, it's going to be a day to chill out. Sizing up is not going to happen every day. Sizing up is going to happen maybe once or twice a month if the opportunity is there, right? So coming into this morning, seeing OFAL have 110 million shares traded pre-market, SSR on, no thank you. Seeing RMCF have 111 million shares traded and SSR on, no thank you, right? So for me, when I see these plays, in the past, my mind would be like, all right, Alex, you showed up to the market. It's time to trade. It's time to make money, baby. And what I would do is instead of having a potential no trade day, instead of having a day where, I just kind of take it slow and relax, I'd get myself into tremendous amounts of trouble by trying to trade any of these things. So my first initial thought coming into this morning is taking it slow. So that is the power of kind of, understanding stock selection. Every single day, not every week, not every month, every single day, we've had at least a 500 to 1,000% runner. That's insane, dude. That's insane. And a lot of people are saying, how is that possible? Well, PDT is gone. People are trading more. Everyone's gambling like they're doing on crypto. So people are just buying, and asking questions later. So for me, understanding that stock selection is actually the edge right now. Everyone sees the same stocks moving. Everyone sees the same percentage gains. Everyone gets the same amount of excitement. But the only thing that can kind of protect you is knowing what stocks to trade and what stocks to avoid. You could have the best strategy in the world, but if you use it on the wrong stock, you're going to lose money. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I don't know, there's so many different variables. If you use a pickup line on a girl and you try to use that same pickup line on Steve, Steve's going to punch you in the face because it's not going to work. So you have to understand that you might have the best setup, the best strategy, the best process, but if you use it on the wrong stock, you're going to blow up, right? You're going to blow up. So for me, what I am witnessing now, even though these stocks are up hundreds of percent is chump change in this market, right? Hundreds of percent is nothing, because they go thousands of percent, right? But right now I'm seeing high volume, I'm seeing SSR, and that's enough of a warning for me to be like, you know what, Alex, chill out. You don't have to do anything. So that's my mindset coming into today. And if you are unable to answer if you should be sizing up or if you should be scaling down, then chances are you probably aren't ready to trade aggressively yet. That's just the truth. So with that being said, let's get started by building the watch list. As you guys know, the way that we build the watch list, we always go to the previous day's watch list first and we build from there. The reason why we go to the previous day's watch list is there's stocks that are still in play over a couple days and sometimes we forget about it. Also, if you guys are just joining us on the stream, we stream live every single day, Monday through Friday, from 9 a.m. to 9:29 a.m. on YouTube. At 9:30, we close down the stream and reserve that for MIC members only. So you guys are kind of just seeing a preview. Maybe later this week or maybe later next week, I'll do a free open stream. But I've been doing open streams for a while now. So yeah, let's get started. SCKT. SCKT dollar stock doing really nothing. So nothing really there. STKH. STKH. So I was actually shorting this one yesterday. I was looking to short into the bounce around 4, and it never really bounced. So I got out kind of break even. We got a nice zombie time push up and fail. So I was hoping that this move happened, you know, when I was still trading, because I would love to short this bounce, but you know, it ended up happening. You know, without me in it. So unfortunately, you know, there's really nothing that I could do. So yeah, nothing really too exciting there. So probably going to ignore that. Next is STKH. Oh, I just did STKH, sorry. Plag. So Plag, man, what a crazy move yesterday. I mean, it just goes to show that usually what happens is the pattern is any of these pumpers, any of these manipulators, what they end up doing is they pick one stock and just run that one stock all day long, right? So for me, when I saw Plag moving, I was like, screw that stuff, man. I'm not going to get involved. Younger, more immature Alex would have tried to slay the dragon. Younger, more immature Alex would have tried to make money on this. But what I realize now in trading is the market is always changing. The market is always changing in the fact that, you know, what worked last year, what worked 2 years ago, what worked whatever the hell it was, is not really working now, you know? Back in the day, you could have traded this stuff pre-market and been fine. Now you trade pre-market, you short the stock at 3, it's at 30. It makes no sense. You know, you could have traded a lot of these stocks that were broken. But now when they're broken, if they're Chinese and low float, hey, reclaim it and send it to the moon. You know what I'm saying? So what you have to understand is less is more. Less is more. So I want to be very careful with the stocks that I am trading. I want to be very careful with the stocks that I am selecting. If I am not selecting the right stocks to trade, then I'm going to pay the price. FRTT, you know, nothing there. WXN. So WXN yesterday, I was looking to, what is this? Why is it not showing up? Is it WXN stock from yesterday, or am I shot? Oh, M. Sorry, WXM. So WXM, this was an ignore for me. Kind of wigged me out a little bit, but now it's broken, dude. So I know it's at $5, but hell, if we get this thing to bounce around $7, I mean, it'll definitely be worth a shot. So this is a low-hanging fruit play. So ideally 7, 8, and 9 to scale in short. WXM, low-hanging fruit stock, looking for a bounce towards 7, 8, 9 to scale in. Next, let's move on to what's moving today. DOGZ. DOGZ, dollar stock, nothing there. BOXL. BOXL, if I remember, this is a real legit company. I don't know, that's something else. So this is a lower float US stock. You know, let's check the daily chart. So daily chart has a pattern. Pop and drop, pop and drop. You know, pop and drop, pop and drop. The problem is the float is rather low. So I probably have to wait for a really good entry. So I would say probably 550 or 6 as a potential starter. The problem is with the float being so low, you gotta be really careful. So I probably will go only 30% max size on this. So that's kind of my thought process is BOXL, nano float, not Chinese. We'll use 30% max size only due to the low float. Ideally, I want to see a bounce toward $5.50, $6 to fail. Wait for the fail, then join the trend. If this gets money flow, ignore it. BAOS, BOWS. I saw this running after hours yesterday. Kind of came back down to reality. I'm not really a big fan of these, dollar stocks, but if we could get a nice bounce, probably towards like this 170, 180 area, I'd be willing to try it. 170 to 180 area for a short. Let's see. And then same thing as this morning, OFAL. OFAL. Over 110 million shares traded pre-market. SSR is on. This is the potential hot stock of the day. Ignoring short. And then RMCF. Same as the above. RMCF. Same as above. 114 million shares traded pre-market. SSR is on. This is a potential hot stock of the day. Ignoring short. MSGY. Yeah, MSGY could be a potential if we get a bounce. The problem is that it already kind of looks like there's not really much volume today. If we get a bounce towards 4, that'd be good enough for me. So I'll put that down. MSGY, low hanging fruit. Ideally, a bounce to 4. So that's going to be the watch list today. So overall, the main stocks that are moving, OFAL and RMCF, are a little bit too dangerous for me. I don't like that both of them have extremely high volume and both of them have SSR on. Ideally, I'm going to look for the stocks that are broken and focus there. And yeah, so before I pass it over to Steven, a couple things here is I want to talk about our partner broker, Cobra Trading. So Cobra Trading is the same broker that I use. It is the same broker that all of our moderators here use in MIC. To be able to trade these types of stocks, you need to have a broker that allows you to trade them. Cobra Trading is specialized in this type of trading. If you have a Schwab, an E-Trade, you're not going to be able to trade any of these names. So we have a promo going on with Cobra Trading right now. If you deposit, I think their account minimum is $10,000. You will get 30 days of free commissions. You will get $500 in locate free credits. And we'll be selecting 5 people to come trade live with me in person in an undisclosed location. If you do not have the $10,000 account minimum, Cobra Trading also has a sister company called Big Trades, where the account minimum is $2,500. That one, you will get a $200 locate fee credit. So we got our meetup coming up as well. And also one more thing, Steven, I know I'm taking a lot of your time here today, but I apologize, is
no worries.
We shared our position sizing calculator. So if someone could reshare that link with me. Yesterday, we went through and helped you guys determine what type of position sizing you should be using for your trades. Because everyone has a different account. Everyone has a different style. So let me see if I can pull this up here. Let me see. I think for the YouTube stream, guys, I can't, but I'll send it in chat. But over here, all you have to do is hit File, make a copy, and then all you have to do is just type in your information, and that's going to help you determine your position sizing. So let's say your max risk per trade is $500. Your entry on, let's say, something like, I don't know, let's say BAOS. So your entry on BAOS will probably be $1.70. Oops. Let's say your stop is going to be $2. Then here you go. Your entry is $1.70. Your stop is $2. Your risk is 30 cents. Your max loss is 500. Your share size is this. And now automatically you guys will have the ability to determine what share size you want to use based on your risk. And then if I say I'm in 10% of my size, then 10% of that would be 166 shares. You know what I'm saying? So be sure to use a position sizing calculator. Be sure to use the resources that we have here. And yeah, Steve, I know I gave you 2 minutes, man, but maybe you could just kind of talk about live trading real quick, and then we'll get started here.
Yeah, no worries at all. So first of all, if you guys have a MIC full access membership, come into Slack. I'm posting everything in Slack, in webinars. We ask questions there. Everything is happening in Slack. If you guys are listening in from any other platform, I would recommend coming into our YouTube stream. And it's just easier to ask questions and stuff there. Plus, you could watch the other videos and live streams. That's just live trading my investing club. So yeah, real quick, got a couple minutes left, but I want to just touch on the boot camp again. I know Alex kind of mentioned this, but everything is posted here. If you guys have not registered yet, it's 100% free for platinum members. If you guys are listening in and you guys could make it to Orlando, it's next weekend, the weekend of the 22nd, 23rd. And there's a fee, but if you guys reach out to us and become a platinum member, it's 100% free. In any event, feel free to email me if you'd like any info on this or anything at all, even joining MIC with a trial. And it's just Steven, rh1@myinvestingclub.com, and we'll post it here. Besides that, guys, we have 5 or 6 sponsorship tickets left for the VIP steak dinner with Alex and Bao. That's Sunday night. Universal Studio VIP tickets are sold out. All information is here. Anas, I'm not sure if I think you are around, but feel free to post your really amazing city guide, if you get a chance. Anas made a really great city guide with all the restaurants and kind of fun things that we do. So these events are a blast. We do them once a year. If you guys are able to make it out, definitely come out. And like I said, if you guys have any questions about anything at all, feel free to email me, stevenrh1@myinvestingclub.com. And we got about a minute left, so I'll hand it back over. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, so we're going to end the stream here. So if you want to continue to watch us live trading, just reach out to us and we'll get you set up. We have some discounts for 50% off your first month. And yeah, let's get started here. So I'm ending the stream here and let's get live trading here, guys. Thanks.